Hey everyone, today we're going to look at how you can use HTML and CSS to add this snow animation to your bubble app. First thing you're going to do is go to this link here, which is on codepen.io. I'm going to put a link to this in the bio. And these are two snippets of code that we're going to be basing our snow animation off, some HTML and some CSS. Then go back into your bubble editor and choose the HTML element, put it in the section of the page where you would like the snow to appear. I'm going to put it in its main container here. And we're going to start off by inputting the HTML. So again, going back to codepen.io, taking this HTML here and putting it back into our HTML element. What you'll see then is if you go to preview, you should see some snowflakes appear just on the actual location as where you put it. It's not going to be animated, it's just a starting point. We need to style it with CSS after this. And sure enough, you can see a range of snowflakes here that currently aren't animated. Next, we're going to add in another HTML element, and we're going to put the CSS in this one. And again, we're going to put it in the same place in the app. This isn't going to appear on the page like the other HTML element, but we do still need it in there. So again, we're going to copy all this CSS here, and we're going to put it in our second HTML element. And this is important. You need to put style tags before this. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this in at the top, and we're going to put this in at the bottom. And then in between that, we're going to put the CSS code that we've just copied from the codepen.io site. And this is going to animate the original snowflakes that we did add to the page. We're still going to need a bit more work, but let's just see how that looks at the moment. We should see a bit of a change in terms of animation and in terms of styling. And sure enough, you can see that we do have some snowflakes coming down, which is great. I would like these to be a bit more obvious. So what we're going to do is we're going to change the size of these, and we're also going to change the color just to make them a bit more obvious. So we go back and you can see there's also a red background at the moment. This is due to this piece of code up here. We don't need this. It's actually not showing up at the moment in our app, but we still can get rid of it just to make it a bit nicer. So let's do that now. We can also get rid of this text down here at the end. As you can see, this is just for the demo purposes. So again, not necessary. So we start here and delete this snippet of code as well. And then we want to change those two things I mentioned. So we want to change the color of the snowflakes, which is going to be this part here. So we're going to change this from FFF to white, which is an extra 3 Fs on the end. We're also going to change the size from 1 to 3, and then let's see how that looks. Again, refreshing. Hopefully these snowflakes now should be a bit more obvious, a bit bigger, and a bit easier on the eye in general. You can see we're getting that red background flash up. That won't happen in a minute. And you can see there again, snowflakes much nicer this time. It's ending down here. And that's again, so place the element within the bigger container at the top of the page. You might see it show up on other parts of the page if you don't have a color. So for example, I have a flat color there, which means the snowflakes aren't appearing. So one last thing we're going to do just to make sure that this doesn't have any detrimental effects on our layout is we're just going to change the size of this. We're going to change that to a 20, and we're going to give this 20 as well. So it's just going to sit nicely in the bottom right hand corner. And we're also going to do the same for the other one. So again, that's where all the divs are. If we go to layout, change that to 20, and we're going to make that a fixed height, and also change that to 20, so it won't have an impact on our container height. And that's how you do it. That's how you add animated snowflakes to your bubble app using some simple CSS and HTML. Hope this was helpful. If you'd like some more bubble tips, please do subscribe to the channel.